Alright, let's talk about the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. H.R. 1. Maybe you've seen it trending, maybe you haven't, but it's making serious waves in Washington and across the country. So what exactly is this bill? The One Big Beautiful Bill Act is a massive, all-in-one legislative package that Republicans rolled out in early 2025 with Donald Trump himself leading the charge. Think of it as a wish list of Trump-era priorities. Tax cuts, stricter borders, less welfare, and a whole lot of deregulation. Bundled up and pushed through Congress as one big, sweeping proposal. Let's break down what's actually inside. First, taxes. The bill extends those 2017 Trump-era tax cuts, bumps the SALT cap up to $40,000, and expands deductions for things like kids and charity. Supporters say it'll help the middle class and get businesses investing. Critics? They argue most of the cash lands in the laps of the already wealthy, widening inequality. Second, welfare and healthcare cuts. We're talking deep cuts. Medicaid eligibility tightens. Federal funding drops by about $1 trillion over the next decade. Food stamps, housing aid, disability programs, almost everything gets slashed or comes with new work requirements. Supporters say this will cut fraud and encourage work. Critics warn millions could lose health coverage and basic support, calling it a direct hit on the most vulnerable. Immigration and border security is next. The bill throws $150 billion at new border tech, expands ICE, builds more detention centers, and lowers refugee and asylum numbers. If you're a supporter, this is about restoring law and order. If you're a critic, it's about criminalizing immigrants and tearing families apart. On the energy front, it's a big rollback. Green tax credits for solar and EVs, gone. Incentives for oil, gas, and coal, back on the table. Supporters call it a return to energy independence. Environmentalists say it's a disaster for the planet. Defense spending gets a big boost too. $150 billion more for the Pentagon, with extra for nukes and cybersecurity. Most folks in Congress seem to agree on this part, even if they argue about the details. But here's the kicker. It also raises the debt ceiling by $5 trillion. And the Congressional Budget Office says deficits will balloon by $3.3 trillion over the next decade. Wall Street loves the tax cuts but gets nervous about all that borrowing. Credit agencies are already hinting at a downgrade for the U.S. right now. Here's where things stand. The House passed it. The Senate squeezed it through on a razor-thin 51-50 vote, with Vice President J.D. Vance breaking the tie. Now the House has to approve the changes, and a handful of Republicans are still on the fence. If they switch sides, the whole thing could fall apart. So will it pass? If it does, Trump gets a July 4th victory lap. If not, it could fracture the GOP and reshape the 2026 election fight. Bottom line, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act is bold, sweeping, and hugely controversial. Whether you love it or hate it, it's about to shape America's future, for better or worse.